If you have any of Nanlite's Pavotubes, you're probably going to get yourself one of these. Hello friends, and welcome back to The Nerdy Filmmaker. And as promised from my Nanlite Pavotube review, I got the Nanlink, which is the remote control for these tubes. So as you may recall, if you saw my review of the Pavotubes, link in the description, one of the issues that I had with it was its control interface. The fact that you use two knobs to adjust everything, and I was really hoping that the Nanlink was going to help deal with some of the issues that I was having with it. So let's just go through it. First, let me show you what the controller looks like. Whoa! So this is the Nanlink. On there, you're gonna find a power button, a CCT, an HSI, and an FX, as well as 12 different channels and a bunch of controls to dim, change the saturation, and change your channel. It uses a RC2032 or something battery. It does not come with one, so you're gonna have to order one or pick one up before you can get to use this bad boy. Now, right away, I'll say that the benefits outweigh the negatives for this controller because I did get to use it on set. The Nanlite, I had it basically rigged up to the ceiling. And so to be able to change that without having to take it down and put it back up, you know, regardless of the shortcomings, it was absolutely worth it to be able to do that. Also, the ability to turn on and off the lights without having to get to it was great because it helped save battery throughout the shoot. There is a bit of a delay in the power, so let me just show you. So here I've switched to channel 2. I've got that light on channel 2, this light on channel 1. I'll just show you the delay. So here we go. So it's like a 1 second delay. What does that mean? Is that you can't really be using this controller to be switching things on and off during filming, you know, so you can't be doing crazy cool on-off effects with this because there is a delay. But to save battery, it's pretty helpful. Remember, it doesn't actually turn off the light, it just sets the dim down to 0%. So while it is saving battery, when you're done with it, you're gonna have to go and physically switch the light off. Using this controller, I can switch the light to CCT mode, change the color temperature. There's daylight. I can switch it all the way down to tungsten. I can dim it up, dim it down, and then at any point if I switch back to hue and saturation, it's going to return to its previous setting. Now, one thing that this remote does not do with these particular lights is use the FX mode. So if I press FX, it's not going to switch to the special effects mode. I don't quite understand why, but it can't, so there you go. Now, other than the delay in the power button, there's really only two main downsides to this remote. The first has to do with switching the light manually using the knobs and then using this. Let me show you and I'll explain. If let's say I'm using my remote to control this light and I want to go ahead and make adjustments using the knobs. Let's say I want to make this red and then I want to go maybe to CCT. I'm using the CCT mode and there we go. It's set to whatever the setting is. If I then put this down and want to use my remote to switch things, it jumps back to the previous settings used by the remote. So it's almost like the remote is keeping the memory of what the last light settings were, not the light itself. It's a bit strange, which means that if you are using the remote on set, you have to do the preliminary setup of the light with the remote as well, not manually using the knobs. And that leads me to the second, and in my opinion, the more important issue with using the remote. As soon as you start using the remote, no matter what setting your light is on, all of a sudden, the screen, which is supposed to display information, no longer has any kind of information that you need to set this accurately. It does not show the color temperature, it doesn't show the hue, it doesn't show the brightness. As soon as you use the knobs to switch to something else, that information is gonna pop back there. But if I then switch back to here, again, it switches back to just the address, the channel of this light. So that means that if you're using the Nanlink to set up your lighting, you're basically eyeballing it. Really the only way around that when dealing, let's say, with color temperature mode is to memorize the maximum and minimum of your color temperatures and then count every time you click. So let's say if I know that the warmest this gets is 2700 and I want to get to 32, bring it down to 2700 and then count 5 times. And then now I know that's at 3200. So you're trading accuracy for efficiency, ease of use. So there you have it, a quick review of the Nanlink. I'm still gonna have this with me at all times. It was super helpful on that set that I was shooting on, again, because the Nanlinks were not on the ground or on a light stand nearby, they were up in the sky. It would have been a huge waste of time to be climbing up and down a ladder or lowering and raising the light stand to make minute adjustments on this. If you have any questions on the Nanlink or on the Nanlite Pavotubes, drop them in the comments, and I will see you next time, friends. Can I call you a friend? I think I can. I'm gonna call you a friend.